The difference between a mob and a movement is the follow through. Too many times in the world that we find ourselves in, we find ourselves people disagreeing with a lot of things. We find a lot of protests that end up in mobs. We find ourselves not really, truly being true to our principles. There's too much visceral involved in just about every aspect of life whatsoever at all, and we procrastinate entirely too much. You see, no matter what you do in life, you can make noise, you can murmur, you can gripe, you can complain, you can scream, you can shout, you can holler. I can go on and on. But if you do not consistently follow through what your interests are, if you're not contributing to the cause, but if you're just a body that's just showing up, making a bunch of noise, nothing will get accomplished. Everything will stay the same. And see, the problem that we're having in this country, especially when there's so much injustice going on, is number one, we haven't learned anything from the very system that oppresses us all. We're too divided as a people, and therefore it's easy for them to conquer us. That's the reason why organizations and being able to organize, having an organization, being able to organize, and then at the sign of a tweet, at the performance of a tweet or a phone call, we can take that organization to mobilization. That's when true power will return to the people. See, right now we're just constantly too divided. The system knows, using reverse psychology, that all they have to do is just throw a little dissent, throw a little division, throw a little tail bearing, a little backbiting in there, and every single movement, because the leadership is not strong and the people are not informed, they can tear it down with one slander. That's it. They can pit each other against another person, ignoring all the facts. And we, as a people, have lost our way. We cannot, and we will never, I don't care what the situation is, be recognized and noticed as a people if we cannot, number one, organize. And when we organize, we get behind the actual agreements that we speak and we say we stand for. We get behind the principles of the movement. But we can't do that because everybody has their own opinion. Nobody wants to submit. Even the people who are ignorant think that they're supposed to be in authority. It's just utterly amazing. You know, there's a principle in this world that you use, and even the Army has this down. Listen to me. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, all of them have it down. Young men are there for strength. Old men are there for wisdom. There's a reason why that the old men, and I'm not saying all of them, I'm talking about informed, wise, older men. They're there to be the master, to be able to move the proper pieces in place because they've already been there and done that. And that's what we're missing also in this world, is that people, they want to lead. They want to counsel. They want to give everybody advice, but they don't live the advice that they want to lead, want to give, counsel for themselves. And so therefore, a nation of hypocrites, just hypocrisy, just all over the place. And it's getting extremely difficult and extremely hard today for people to recognize what a true hypocrite is, because people pay more attention to words rather than the lifestyle. You see, you can tell what a person believes by what they live. Anybody can deceive you with these words coming off the edge of their lips, out of their mouth. But when you look at the lifestyle, when you see their lifestyle, that cannot lie. That cannot lie, because you know what they believe by what they live. And what we got to get past is people who are experts at just motivational speakers. And yet they're not motivated themselves, but they know how to motivate you. But they're not motivated themselves because, you know what? As the old saying goes, they don't practice what they preach. And people, for some reason, we have to actually accept the guilt for ourselves. We really, truly do. We have to accept the condemnation for ourselves, because it seems like we love to have it so. It seems like we love for people to tell us a lie about ourselves. There was a song a long time ago that says, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. I'm like, wow. And all it's like that's all what we crave today is sweet little lies. Listen, if you're going to be wise, you have to follow wise counsel, and you don't accept counsel from a fool. Just like you do not accept financial advice from someone who is in extraordinary amount of debt. You just don't do that. That's nonsensical. It does not make any sense whatsoever at all. To me, it's a bizarre behavior. I don't understand why you would listen to someone in any aspect of life that simply does not fit the bill. I mean, you really, truly, everybody, no matter social, political, economics, religious perspectives or point of views, you're really, truly going to have to really, truly, not only, number one, so you don't deceive yourself first, you need to pay attention to you, your character, your heart first. When you're able to do that, you're clearly able to see others. But until then, and only then, you will stay a stage playing hypocrite. And you will be in the same place you are today, if not worse. 5 years from now, if you don't change this mind, if you don't conform this mind to the image of perfection and moving forward and trying to do your best to actually build solid relationships with those who will truly have it in them to build. You have to ask yourself this question. Are you an asset or are you a liability? And you need to be true to yourself too. Stop, take a look at yourself, look at your life, and ask yourself, no matter what you're doing and contributing to, are you an asset or are you a liability? Do you bring strength to anything or do you contribute to weakness? You need to ask yourself that, because the truth is, if we really truly do a careful evaluation of ourselves, the world is full of murmurs, full of complainers, but hey, as the old saying goes, the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. I hope I said something to stimulate thought this day. Pass this around. Maybe, just maybe, it would help someone. Shalom. My name is Pastor Dow.